Well, it's November 16th here in the great state of Kansas, southeast portion. It's cold, 42 degrees out there this morning, Sam, and rainy and nasty. My kind of weather. I love it. So, yeah, I just got back from the Dallas area. I was there drove down Wednesday night and drove back home Saturday evening, and did 3 full days on head and neck, craniofacial pain. If you go back through some of my Facebook stuff, you can see some of the stuff we were doing, some of the things I posted. We were, shooting each other in the joint and behind the jaw and in the shoulder, right about here, and headaches for the back. We gave some anesthetic for. Just different things that's a little different than most, but it's all associated a lot of times with the bite and what's causing it. So it's interesting to know. There's a lot of ways to treat things other than just give you medicine for it. So, but I enjoy that. Got to see a lot of people that I've known for several years and get to see them. So, if you ever want to ask me about it, I'd be more than happy to talk about some of the stuff for pain management. It's pretty neat. Birthdays today: Tom Fouts, happy birthday, Tom. Ralph Glendenning, Chelsie Grantham, Christopher Grantham, Jodi Isaacs, Joe Kelley, Earlene Mills, and then who's the last one on that list, Sam? Sheila Mullere. You know Sheila?
I do.
Sheila worked in my office when we were over at the other place. Well, that's been like a long time ago. That's amazing. But yeah, Sheila was one of my first assistants years ago. Birthdays off of Facebook. Brett Friedman. He's a dentist back on the East Coast. Real nice guy. Doug Gatewood. Here, one of our local representatives. Happy birthday, Doug. Heather Brannon. And Taylor Ann Schmidt. She's Andrea's age. I've known her for forever. She actually went on a trip with us when we went through Colorado, Utah, and we were pulling a pop-up trailer. She went along for the ride. We were gone a week, and we had a real great time. But happy birthday, Taylor Ann. I bet she's 21. So Taylor Ann Schmidt, happy birthday. And then, really important, is Winston. His birthday's today. Do you know who Winston is?
Your dog.
My bulldog. So Winston Bulldog birthday is today, and he is one of my Facebook friends. You ought to look him up. Yeah, he just kind of sits there on the picture. He doesn't do much. He doesn't talk much either. But yeah, he's a good dog. Sheds. It's hard to wear black, But we swear once Winston's no longer with us, we probably aren't going to have another bulldog. Sam wants me to talk about bridges. We had some people asking about bridges, and not the Golden Gate Bridge, but similar. But when someone loses a tooth, you have several different options. One option is an implant, especially if it's on the lower or right here in the front. Implants work great. Implants don't work so good on the upper back in here. Another option to replace a tooth is a bridge. If you have teeth on either side of where you've lost a tooth, a bridge works really well. What a bridge does is basically bridge from one tooth to another tooth across the space that's missing. Important to get bridges in, for a lot of different reasons. Of course, you're missing a tooth right here or here, and you don't want to do an implant. You want to get that in so you don't, look silly. In the back, you want to have a bridge in or in place, to help you chew. Because especially if you've lost one of the big teeth back here, and you lose a lot of your chewing area, and you put a lot of stress and pressure right in these areas. Saw a gentleman today, decided he thought he'd go ahead and do his bridge because he could feel the difference. Not able to chew so much and putting a lot of pressure on some of the other teeth that remain. You still bite down the same. Still bite down with the same amount of pressure, but instead of 4 teeth handling it, you get 3. So aesthetics and function. Then also, if you don't have a bridge in there, the teeth do move, and they can tilt forward. They don't just slide up to take that space; they tilt, and that messes up your bite. Can cause all kinds of problems. Can cause you to lock in different places where you don't want to. You can have teeth that hurt because they hit wrong. So there's a lot of reasons to get a bridge, and if you have a missing tooth, then Want to address it? Yeah. Talk about bridge is one of the ways you can do that. Did I leave anything out on that, Sam? Did I cover it? Okay.
Yes.
And most people, a lot of people like bridge goes in and stays in. Cement's in. I've got one right here. I don't tell very many people that, other than now I've told everybody that sees this, is I have a bridge up here. It spans from back there to right up front. And, I don't even notice that it's there, but it works great, and I highly recommend it. I do it to myself, so how's that? Alrighty, we've got a video, and I think Sam is making fun of me because I talk about how I have things of pretty stuff in clouds and sunsets and all that. Well, she found one of pretty clouds, and I think they're just flying through clouds. Take a look at it. I had one I was going to use, but I wasn't, I was afraid I might gross somebody out with it, so Sam didn't like it, but it was a picture, it was a video of me being anesthetized with a Q-tip that goes through the nose. And it's actually of me. So, if any of you comment and you want to see it, put down here you want to see the video, and we'll see if we can run it tomorrow. So, have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow.